All right, welcome back, YouTube, to Smoking Sassy. So a couple weeks ago, we did a YouTube video of us making jalapeno poppers.
Oh, so good. If you guys haven't seen it, go back and watch it.
Yes, they are amazing. And so that got me thinking, how can I combine some foods? And I thought of my two favorite foods, which, jalapeno poppers is definitely up there, and hamburgers. So I made a jalapeno popper hamburger.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was amazing. And we've done 2 test runs, and everybody's had us as the best hamburger they ever had. And so basically, it's what it sounds like. When we're making a hamburger, we'll do 1/3 pound ground beef, 80-20, and we'll put a slice of pepper jack cheese on it, some jalapeno popper halves, and then I also make some crispy onion strings to put on top, and of course we top it off with some barbecue sauce.
Oh my gosh, heaven!
Heaven, definitely. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is work on the onion strings.
All right, let's do it!
So in here, first thing we're going to do is get the onions ready to be fried. So my recommendation is right now, before you do anything, get a pot of oil going. Right? I think I just got a little pot, probably 2 cups of oil, just enough so they can fry these onion strings.
Okay.
So get that going. You want to get up to 350. Right now, I cut a half of a sweet onion, and you can use any onion you want. The reason why I chose sweet is because you have the meat, you have the jalapeno, a little bit of sweet would be nice. I've got a little bit of barbecue sauce too. But you can use any onion you want, yellow, white, whatever your taste buds tell you. But cut them as thin as possible. So as you can see, when I was cutting them, I was trying to get it as thin. I like to be able to see the blade through it if I can, the onion slice. You can use also a mandolin.
If you're brave enough.
If you're brave enough, just the mandolin will take your finger if you're not paying attention.
Yeah. And
honestly, I was just doing a half an onion, and I didn't want to pull it all out, so I just used the knife. But this is definitely the thinner the better. I put almost a quart of buttermilk in here, and they've been soaking for about an hour.
Okay.
So I just put a couple cups of flour in here, but before you go, you were saying something about if you don't have buttermilk.
Yeah, if you don't have buttermilk, and this works for fried chicken or the onions or whatever, I use milk and lemon juice, and you use...
I used to milk in white vinegar.
Yeah, so the idea behind that is a high fat content milk, but then you add the acid and it works really well.
Yep. And the first time we tried it, I did not have buttermilk. It was one that slipped my mind, and the store's not exactly close to my house, but I did have milk and vinegar, and it worked good. So this will actually be the first time I've done it with buttermilk, like recipes, because I always forget to grab it. So I'm using I got 2 or 3 cups of flour. Again, I just kind of eyeball it. You just want to be able to dredge the onions in there.
Okay.
And you can season it however you want. I'm using a garlic beef rub. This is from Big Daddy Hill's Barbecue. He's also a Utah owned business. He's not local like the Hook Gentleman, but he has some really good flavors too, and he's always at one of the farmers markets. That's where I picked that up. So again, I'm just going to eyeball it to how I want. But
okay.
Again, you just do the same thing. We're going to mix it up. When I do this, actually I don't ever do measurements because I always eyeball this. It always seems like I never put enough, to be honest with you. So I always tend to go a little too shy on it.
Well, something I've noticed about breading in general is you really do want more spice than you think, so that you don't get just that flour flavor.
Exactly. So our flour ready to go. We have our onions. They've been resting in the buttermilk for at least an hour. Now we're going to move over to the stovetop and fry these up.
And I have a tendency to let things soak longer than a recipe might call for, but don't let this rest too long, or that would ruin the onions.
Yeah, you don't want to get super soggy or anything like that. So about an hour. I think it's about an hour and 10 minutes now since we're filming, but we're still in the safe zone.
Yeah.
Okay, we just finished our onions. Now we're going to make our burgers. So what I did is I got some 80-20 ground beef. If you want to make your own, some people put brisket, short rib, and sirloin or something like that. You can, but this time I just went do it to the store. So I got 2.5 pounds of that. What I did do is I did weigh these, so they're 1/3 of a pound each, and just made balls. Don't say phrasing on me, but don't handle your meat too much.
Oh.
Right, that's one of the secrets there, because don't play with your meat.
Yeah, and the reason for that though is it gets really tough, especially hamburger.
Yeah, exactly. So all I did is I put them in a ball, weighed it. You don't even have to weigh it. I just do it because they will vary size, and so if they're equal, they'll cook about the same time too.
Perfect. Yeah.
So I'm just going to take these and just give it a quick smash, and that's it.
You know, AJ is going to do this in the smoker. When I make my burgers on the grill, I do the indent and then add a little bit of butter on top as well.
Yeah, and I'll do an indent too. But some people put butter, some people put ice cube. I don't put anything.
Yeah. And that indent just helps it keep its shape.
And then what I'm doing is I'm using the Mad Cow. If you remember, we go in the video for the jalapeno poppers is what we used for them. So I'm also going to use it for the hamburgers, and this was actually made for hamburgers pretty much. So I'm going to sprinkle that on top. If you just want to do salt, pepper, that's great too. But this is kind of really truly is a traditional burger seasoning anyway. So I'm going to sprinkle that on there. Now, when it comes to burgers, I'm going to use my Recteq Bullseye. But again, this is one of those things. If you have like a Weber kettle or something like that, this is great. You know, even a gas grill, burgers will turn out amazing. I have a set for $4.75. It's been preheating, and it'll just be a few minutes aside. You know, we want to get ground beef. Since I didn't ground this, we'll definitely want to get above, you know, 160 to 165 to make sure it's safe. If you ground your own, then you can cook it like a regular steak. But this is store-bought. So we're going to finish these up, and then we'll put them all on the smoker, or the grill actually.
All right, let's do it.
I've mentioned before, I like toasted bread, but I don't like toast. So we're going to butter the buns and toast them on the smoker. Like I said, it is an extra step, and it does take a little more time, but it's definitely worth the result. And I think when you butter the bread, make sure you get the whole thing, all the way to the edge. So we're going to butter these, and we'll throw these on with the burgers. The burgers have been on for about 5 minutes now. They're almost ready for a flip. And then we'll get these on and come back and we'll assemble our burger.
AJ, I'm so hungry. What do you have going on?
Let's make our hamburgers. So before I get started, I mean, here's our buns. I toasted them on the grill. I'm going to put a layer of mayonnaise on both of them.
Hellman's, of course.
Well, it's Winco.
I want to do the hashtag.
Oh.
Oops. So a little bit of Hellman's mayonnaise.
A little bit of Hellman's mayonnaise. Then our bun. I mean our burger. I put pepper jack cheese on it. So, and then we had already made our jalapeno poppers. Put 2 of these on. And like I said, we'll put the link to the video on how to make these. And then we did our crispy onion. Just load it up.
Oh, you guys, are you watching this thinking you have to have one right now?
I just got some barbecue sauce. Anyone you want, just sprinkle it on there. I'll throw a couple more little onions on here. Just because I want to really make a mess when I bite into it. And there it is. And now we just have to put the cap on.
Beautiful.
There's your burger.
Beautiful.
You ready to give this a taste?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Let's cut into it.
Do it.
So there's our burger.
Look at all of those layers of deliciousness.
That's right. You got meat, you got jalapeno, you got cream cheese, you got pepper jack, you got crispy onions, barbecue sauce.
All 4 food groups.
It's almost a meal just right there. So let's take a bite. Now this is gonna be messy on camera, but when you make it, you'll understand.
truly, words cannot even describe how good this is.
Isn't it amazing?
It is so amazing.
Try this. I mean, of all the recipes we've done, try this one. It is so good. We're going to go back and eat our burgers. We got a whole bunch of people here who are dying to try these.
I don't think I'm going to share though.
Share. So please like and subscribe and hit the notifications. Leave a comment. Tell us what you think if you try these out. If you have ideas how to make them better, please leave them down and we'll give them a try. Check back every Thursday for more recipes. And we'll see you next week.
Share, share, share. Oh, and taste, savor, and enjoy.
Bye.